We're so excited to have back Martin Wawinski to our Gifters podcast, where he talked about his amazing company called Boardsi, where he's the co-founder and CEO of Boardsi, which is an executive recruiting firm. Martin, welcome back to our podcast.
Thank you, Christopher. Happy to be back and looking forward to what we can accomplish today.
So Martin, as you remember, last year, I interviewed 961 people in 1 year. I've interviewed over 1,100 people in the podcast and more than 1,500 people over the last 10, 15 years. And you by far are one of the top interviewees I've had, only because you're a tech guy with a great backstory where you grew up in Poland, former Soviet Union, so you have this amazing, powerful personal story. You're a tech guy, so you understand technology, but you're a business guy that created an amazing platform where you have not just one, but two great revenue streams. So just please share with our guests in case they have not heard about Boardsi. What does Boardsi do?
Yeah, no, thank you. And I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, we basically, Boardsi, we created it to have a platform, a very focused C-suite executive network that only has not only C-suite executives, but it also is focused on people that have expressed to us interest of being available to join a company as a board member. And that can be at a level of board of directors or board of advisors. Don't really focus on consulting or short gigs. We're looking for long-term people that can actually help companies and make a difference. So these people are basically ready to join companies. And on the other side, obviously, we onboard companies that express interest to us saying, hey, we're looking for ABC, XYZ type of an executive in this industry. Sometimes they get very detailed and let us know that they're looking for diversity and what kind of diversity. And then we're able to basically look in our database and, be the matchmaker.
That's awesome. I mean, again, it's like essentially what LinkedIn does, right? LinkedIn has clients that are global corporations that need employees, and then you have these employees that need employers. In your case, it's such a more niche market where you have companies that want board of directors, board of advisors, and you have executives that are trying to find these positions. So it's a beautiful business model. And please share with our listeners and viewers, when did you start this? And then even in the last year that we've met, I'm like, whoa, you scaled so quickly.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. It seems like we just started it, or it feels like we just started it a couple months ago. But the 2 months is really about 4 years that just has flown by. And this year has been I think so. We had and I think I mentioned this last time we talked, but we had a bit of a slowdown, of course, when COVID hit, and we had some struggles where every company was pretty much freaking out, not knowing what's going to happen. What does the future hold for us? And, and what happened was literally about 40 days later, everybody was like, you know what? This isn't actually that bad. We can have our employees and everybody work remotely. And all of a sudden, what's been available for a long time, let's use what we're using right now, Zoom. Zoom's been around for a long time. They've done well. But we all know what happened to their stock and how it shot up. Obviously, the usage just went skyrocketed. So we kind of joined that growth because once companies figured out that they can do this remotely, they found that they don't need to find a board member that's, maybe an hour or 2 hours away from their corporate headquarters, but now they can actually focus their search and look for a little bit more on the experience and expertise level and really find the person that they want that's outside their geographical area and still be able to work with them. So it actually opened a lot of things out for us.
Yeah, no, that's great. And so you started it 4 years ago, but again, your astronomical growth. How many members do you have now in your platform?
I think we have grown. Last time I checked, it was over 8,000 members.
Wow, that's amazing.
So
that's amazing.
it's been great growth, and members come and go. Some don't find a position in what's in their mind quick enough. Some hang around longer. You know, it is a matching process. We all got to understand that. And a company's not going to just hire anybody. They definitely go through a lot of executives to find the right person. And some people basically do get on the board position, and you know, we have emails of, hey, can you pause my membership, or do I need to cancel? Can I come back after I reevaluate my schedule with this position and what it's gonna, you know, what it's gonna take, the effort it's gonna take. So we've had members come back, we've had members go, but over time, it's been a, you know, it's been a working model, and it's worked out. So the best feedback that I can get is not just from the executives, but also from the companies. And that's, you know, to me, that's where I get my satisfaction, because I've been driven to personally to help companies, but I can only help so many companies. So being able to be part of that, it's huge to me.
Yeah. And so we talked about this, how we can collaborate. And we're excited to share how we talk about this executive branding, where I am a Fortune 100 global speaker, used to work at American Express on Wall Street 21 plus years ago, where I used to build out the global sales decks. So my company hired me to build out the sales pitch decks that we use to pitch our biggest clients like IBM, Pfizer, Microsoft. So again, it's from a global strategy standpoint. I've since written 6 books, but the point is, with clients, when I teach clients how to speak better, how to present better, and how to build more of a global brand as a speaker, I find that it's so fascinating how so many of them lack a basic understanding of branding, meaning Ritz-Carlton, Waldorf Astoria, Louis Vuitton, premium luxury brands. With executives, they don't even realize they're a brand themselves. And you and I almost joked around where, yes, these executives are very seasoned and experienced, but their branding, especially on LinkedIn, oftentimes is just horrible and almost laughable. For instance, there's a gentleman, I'll call him Charles, where he had a picture of a grizzly bear on top of a wooden picnic table, and that was his lead picture on LinkedIn. So clearly, I think he doesn't care, but now he wants to be a speaker. That's not an impression a client wants to see of him as an executive with a grizzly bear on top of a picnic table. I wish I was joking, Martin, but I'm not. But you and I have talked about this. What have you seen where the executives want to be a board of advisor, board of director, but yet their LinkedIn profile looks like a 14-year-old wrote it and they haven't updated it in 4 years? What have you seen?
Yeah, no, we've seen definitely all levels. And we've looked at this a little bit more this year as we were trying to figure out why certain executives get multiple interviews and multiple even opportunities to join a board. And the reverse of it is, we know, because we've onboarded some of these great executives that have an amazing experience and expertise, and yet we can land them even an interview. And we hear this back from them like, hey, I haven't gotten an interview. You're right. So we started doing some research and we found the same exact thing. We have executives that have a phenomenal branding. You know, they have everything up to date. If they have some new certification, they update their LinkedIn, their bios are a full description. The picture is, I mean, it doesn't have to be a, what do you call it, real estate kind of a picture, but it has to be, you know, a professional picture. LinkedIn is not Facebook or Instagram where you can have some fun, but it should be a professional image that you're displaying, because at the end of the day, one thing that we found is when we send these executives over to the companies, they do their own research, whether we ask them to or not. I mean, it's 2021. Social media is so easily available that they're going to jump. And first place they go to, 100%, is LinkedIn, and they will review it. So the people that we haven't been able to really connect with that interview, where they can even offer that presentation and show them how they can shine, how they can help the company, are the people that have, you know, maybe no image or crazy image like you're talking about, but sometimes there's not even an image. Maybe the university they went to, and maybe one job, and it looks like they literally just started 5 years ago. You know, maybe it's a CEO, but it's like, where's the rest of the history? Where's the bio? I mean, I've seen a executive that in his bio, he literally listed with commas all his skills. And it's like, okay, well, that's great. You're showing me your skills. You can use Microsoft Word and Excel. I mean, that's amazing. But tell us a little bit about you. I want to, you know, if I'm bringing on a board member, I want to know who I'm bringing on. What's your mission? What's your vision? What do you value? Because if that doesn't match up with my company, and I'm talking as an example, if we were the company looking, if that doesn't match up with what we're looking for, then why would I interview you? And if I don't even read that about you, I can't even get to know you, and I have 30 other resumes or names in front of me, and I'm going to do research on those 30, the top 10 that I'm going to interview are going to be the top 10 that that shine on social media. And let's not forget, most likely they will go to Facebook, they will go to Instagram, do some research there. So I if you are serious and you're a serious executive, I would be careful posting anything else and crazy on Facebook.
Yeah, because again, we live in a public world now where if you don't have LinkedIn, a very clear profile, why would they hire you, right? So what Martin and I are going to do is I'm going to offer you these very specific executive branding lessons to help you really raise your profile. So again, companies want a certain executive, whether with level of experience, type of industry. And if you don't have those specific things in your LinkedIn, that it's very clear, because remember, your expertise might be in one thing. My expertise is in branding, marketing, and sales. So I'm giving you more of these sales scripting strategies. So it could be as simple as this. Again, we're giving you nuggets of truth. If someone looks at your LinkedIn profile, let's say I look at Martin and I see he has these various recommendations by other colleagues who are C-level executives. I'm like, whoa, that's a great profile. If I look at your LinkedIn profile, then you have a really clean professional picture. If let's say you want to be a board advisor for certain companies, imagine just on your profile picture, you can say seasoned global experience in these tech industries. So immediately, boom, the company knows that you are a clear match. There's a clean professional profile picture. They know that's you because again, as Martin said, he has 8,000 members. He might have 30, 40 people, 50 people, but what about the company? You don't know how many people they're looking at. So if you're the only person that has a clean profile picture, you're the only person that literally says 20 years of global experience in whatever area they want, and your bio, it's all geared to what they do. Imagine how many more interviews you'll get in this current amazing platform called Boardsi. So that's just one nugget that I wanted to share with you today. Martin and I and his team and I are going to just start releasing more of these executive branding tips on how you can not just improve your LinkedIn profile, perhaps write your executive bio, or even improve your communication skills, where so many people, Martin, I talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
Some people have too many uhs and ums. They don't use body language. They sound really boring, as if they fell asleep. So
stop talking about me.
No, Martin, you should watch his story. But again, we're excited to partner together to build your executive brand and to improve your communication skills. So make sure you reach out to us so we can help you really improve your chances of success on the Boardsi platform, because they're a phenomenal platform. Again, out of 1,100 interviewees, Martin, you're easily in the top 10 relative to a business model that works, that's scalable, but most importantly, that really help people with what their goals and dreams are. So Martin, thank you so much for being part of our podcast today. And for everyone else listening or watching, we're excited to really help and serve you in your pursuit of being an executive board advisor or board director.
Member, director. Yeah. Hey, I'm going to add one more thing, Chris. You talked about branding and companies, and you're right, because companies are focused obviously about branding. They want to get the word out. But executives need to remember, when you reach that level of being a C-suite executive, you are the brand. Mm-hmm. And it is so important, because even if you look at, for example, I'll use a very easy example to look at Microsoft, and you look at Bill Gates. You look at the amount of followers that follow Microsoft, you look at the amount of followers that follow Bill Gates crashes. So people are more interested in that executive version. And I know it's a crazy example that I'm using, but you can look at any CEO of any company, and they have more followers than the company itself. So you are the brand. And if you want to be the brand that other companies want to bring on, then you need to brand yourself correctly. And that's why we're so excited to have you, Christopher, and help us out with this. And we just need to get the word out there and get more tips out there and get people in contact with you.
Absolutely. So again, we're going to talk to you about executive branding and how do you communicate that brand to either the company, or if you're a company, how do you communicate that to the executive that you want on your team? So Warren, great job. Look forward to seeing how we can help and serve your Boardsi members.